We have some problems all the way from New York City through Philadelphia and into D.C. Now, right now in New York City, they have been reporting some light snow. In Philly, primarily rain at the moment. Baltimore, same story, and D.C., you too. Now, a little farther to the north and west of New York City, right about here, we have Middletown, New York, and that's where our own Rick Griffin is standing by, and he's going to bring us a live report and let us know what's happening there.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeanette. As you mentioned, we are in Middletown, New York this evening. Middletown is about 85 miles northwest of downtown New York City. Newburgh, New York, about 30 miles east of here, the Hudson River, Monticello off to the west. As far as weather conditions, it's not all that bad right now. It's a bit breezy. It seems to be an east to southeast wind coming in. Skies are overcast, and, you know, a little while ago, just before sunset, we noticed that the snow is falling out of the overcast, but since it is so dry here near the surface, apparently the snowflakes are evaporating before they reach the ground. We certainly have not seen any significant snow here as yet, but again, the forecast is for about 3 to 6 inches of accumulation during the next 12 hours. Janetta?
So, Rick, what about road conditions there and the travel that you had from the airport to Middletown?
Well, I tell you earlier, we came into Newark International about 5 o'clock this afternoon, and at Newark International, downtown Newark area, was snowing. Now, we drove out of the snow about 10 to 15 miles north of the city, but before we did that, the roads were a little bit on the wet side. Not icy at all, but wet. Nevertheless, traffic seemed to be moving along pretty well. Highways here obviously are in good shape. This is Route 211 off to my left right here. With a lack of precipitation, obviously it's dry. Traffic is moving along very, very nicely, and at the moment, anyway, there are no particular road problems in this region. Okay,
thanks a lot, Rick. We'll be checking back with you in a little while, so keep us tuned. All right, now we're going to show you exactly what's happening across the rest of the Northeast, and it's not a pretty picture in Phil that has been forming. Now, all of this is moving on off towards the north and the east, and add to that a strong subtropical jet stream that is pulling up that moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico and also out of the Atlantic and right back on top of you. So not a real good situation if you have travel plans into the Northeast. Here's a close-up view of New York. Now, in New York City, we have been seeing some light snow, primarily a rain event right now in Philadelphia, but Morristown and Teterboro reporting a light snow. Trenton, New Jersey, reporting some freezing rain. Now, that's when you get into some problems when you get into Jersey. Wanted to show you what's happening in Illinois and Indiana. All of this is rain around Evansville. We're looking at rain, as well as Springfield, and St. Louis is also reporting rain. Now, why am I showing you this? Well, simply because we are going to see this round of precipitation move through the Northeast. Then we'll have a clearing trend, and then this next batch of energy is going to move through and affect you in a very real way late tonight and into the rush hour tomorrow. Snowfall will be light except for the higher elevations. In the Susquehanna Valley, we do have winter storm warnings in effect for 5 to 7 inches of snow. Speaking of snow, like I said earlier, it's the winter that never ends, right? In New York City, every month during this season, we have had more than the average amount of snowfall, and so why should March or April be any different? 1 inch is the average in New York City. We'll see what we get because we could be adding to that, right? Well, do stay tuned for a look at the rest of the country and the forecast. We turn it over to Rich Johnson.
Thank you, Janetta. As we look across the rest of the nation, we see a storm in the west. Also some storminess across Florida. Heavy thunderstorms today. We do have a severe weather watch issued by the Storm Prediction Center.
for the I-95 corridor. A little bit of light snow has been reported at LaGuardia and Newark this evening, and we're looking at primarily rain in Philadelphia, Baltimore, all the way down to D.C., but we could see a mix occurring in all of those areas for the overnight hours, and rush hour tomorrow morning could be a little bit slick, especially on the bridges and the overpass.